Good evening, everyone. Today is Thursday, May 1st, 2025. My name is Mike Zornick. Today, I wanted to do a project demo for a project I have called Flick. Flick is a ranked vote capture tool written in Phoenix LiveView, and I'm about to kind of move on to other work, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to kind of do a little screencast, show where this project is, what it's doing, and talk a little bit about what it could do in the future. To help people get comfortable with it. But basically, to get started, I'm writing it in local dev here, and we'll do a little bit of a demo. The project is on GitHub. It is open source. It has an MIT license, so you can feel free to kind of take it and learn from it. The basic goal of this project is to create a ranked vote system. So I help run the Elixir book club. And in the book club, we pick our books. And rather than just have a straight up vote, we would like to have a ranked vote. So that way we can get consensus around which book is the most interesting to the largest collection of people. And so to do that, we use this little app here. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to create a ballot. And just to show you that a lot of these things are required. But we'll do a thing. So like demo... What is your favorite color? Then you got your area for a description. You can put whatever kind of generic markdown content you want here. This is particularly helpful if you want to give more context for the answers. So in the book club, we typically put just the book titles here, but up in the description, we'll list like more descriptions about each book or links to find out more, things of that nature. So for now, I'm just going to put in 111 and 333 just to show you that the markdown thing works. For colors, we'll just say red, blue, and green just to get us started. And for the URL slug, I'll say demo colors. And I'll hit save. And so the ballot is created. It is currently unpublished, so at this point you can continue to edit the ballot and make different changes you want. Once you're happy with it, you hit publish, and then you can invite people to submit their votes. Now, described here on the page, there's a request to bookmark this page. So basically what we do is we render the ballot with your slug and then a secret. And that is your way to kind of come into the admin interface. One of the project goals was we didn't want people to have to create accounts to create ballots or do votes. So we use a kind of minimum level of security here, but good enough for the typical book club type of ballots that we're creating. So we recommend you bookmark that, and then you can hit publish once you're happy with your ballot. When you have your ballot and you want to instruct people to vote, you basically give them this URL, which is just your slug that you created up top. So I'm going to open this in a new window. And so this is what your voters will see. Use the form below to submit your votes. They can optionally put in their name. This can be helpful for other things in a second. Then they can put in their first preference, their second preference, or their third preference. If you have more than, I think up to 5 we allow, if you have that many options. But for this, we'll say blue, then green, then red, and we'll submit our vote. And so our vote was cast. Now I'm going to go and we're going to simulate a second vote. So demo 2, and this person is going to choose red, and then green, and they're not going to put in a third preference. They're just going to say these are the 2 that I'm interested in, and they'll hit submit vote. Back on the admin page, if we refresh, you'll see it shows the 2 votes that were captured, and it shows the early results. So for each vote, points are awarded. So for the first preference, they get 5 points. For the second preference, they get 4, and so on and so on. For each vote, you can actually edit the weight, and we do this for the book club because what we want is if you are a regular contributor, or a regular attendee, I should say, to the book club, then we want to give you more say in what we choose. So we allow people to kind of custom the weight there. but you can run your votes, and you can preview all of your early results as it kind of comes in. When you no longer want to accept votes, you can hit close ballot, and that'll kind of lock it up. And then from that point on, people cannot vote. And that's your ballot. And not a lot, it's not a particularly sexy problem, but for us, previous to this, we used Google Forms, and then we would take the Google form and put it into a spreadsheet, and then we'd have to kind of work out all the spreadsheet stuff. And this just kind of automates that and makes it simple. And it was a nice little demo project to kind of talk about some coding patterns and such. But that's basically what Flick is. It is hosted at RankedVote.app, so if you want to kind of play around with it and create a ballot of your own, you can definitely do that there. So as far as to where the project stands right now, the two most notable things are probably, first is security. So one of the project goals of this was that we didn't want people to have to make accounts to do anything, and kind of out of that, there's no real security around the votes. This is definitely an honor system type of deal. I could see additions to the project that would force people to verify their vote via an email link or, bot detection or something of that nature. But I have not worked on that to date. It's in my head, but at the time, this is kind of serving my needs, so I'm kind of just going to go with it. The other thing I don't like is currently when we type in the possible answers, we ask you to use comma-separated delimiters to kind of put in the answers, and we kind of figure out the order there. I think this was good to start with, but as a user myself, when I type in book titles, this can get quite long and not easy to kind of work in. So I'd probably move back to more dynamic inputs, which is actually a previous implementation of the UI that I had before. I'd probably revert back to that. But that is kind of a demo for where the project is. I, at the moment, am kind of moving on to work on some other side projects, so I'm probably not going to be working on this for a while outside of generic security updates and things. But it is up there if you want to check it out. I figured I'd just record a little demo for people who are curious about what the project's up to. But if you do have any questions, definitely let me know. There's a link at the bottom to contact site admin, and that'll just be my email. But thanks for watching and your interest, and hope you guys enjoy the code if you go spelunking in it. And if you happen to create a ballot, then all the better. If you have any other questions or feedback, let me know. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.